The TARDIS doors opened with the usual penetrating hum, and with the added beeping of some device that was depressurizing the control room. Ben felt a bit of a prat in his new astronaut gear. It was more like a wetsuit than a spacesuit, and made from a dull green quilted material which felt a little too snug for comfort in all the wrong areas. The worst of it was the headgear, like looking out from a crystal ball.
How do I look?
Polly's voice crackled in his ears over the suit's communicators. Ben turned and whistled at the sight of Polly in her skin-tight daffodil yellow suit.
Let's just say I hope this bleeding goldfish bowl don't steam up easily. Come along, you two,
came the doctor's voice disapprovingly.
We don't know quite what's out there, so stay close to me.
So saying, he led the way out of the ship, fussing and pulling his own spacesuit, which was dark blue. It was hard to believe he had his usual clothes on beneath the thermal material. His body looked thin and wasted, and his head disproportionately big through the glass helmet as a result. The old boy really did look like a buzzard now. Ben and Polly followed him out. Then the doctor closed the doors.
Don't lock them, Doctor. You never know. We might need to get back inside in an hurry.
The doctor nodded vaguely. For a few seconds, the blackness was absolute.
Dark, isn't it?
Said Polly. He felt her lightly grip his arm and gave her hand a comforting squeeze. He hoped she could feel through her quilted gloves. Then the doctor flicked on his torch. The beam revealed small snatches of the cavernous room they stood in, and from them, Ben tried to build a picture of their surroundings. The room, or cave, or whatever it was 5-sided. The walls were built from layers and layers of dark stone, and scaled by ornate metal trellises that gleamed like gold. Above these, what looked to be ducting reached right around the room at the point where the walls sloped up to the high arched ceiling. Slabs of glass had been set into the roof, hundreds of them, and they winked and signaled back at the doctor whenever he shone his torch in their direction. Closer to ground level, banks of weird-looking machinery squatted beneath the trellises. Symbols carved in the slate above presumably denoted the function of each set of controls, in whatever language they spoke here.
Fascinating,
said the doctor fervently.
The functionality of a control room, but with the trappings of a shrine.
Ben was considering the ramifications of this when the doctor's torchlight fell on a cowled shape hunched over a console right beside them, overlooked until now by the far-stretching beam. He felt Polly's grip on his arm tighten, and her distorted scream in his ears nearly deafened him. Ben took a few steps back instinctively. A hideous alien face was staring out at him from under the cowl. Its eyes were wide like a fish's, unseeing. It was lying in a mass of dried blood. Nadina Haunt, age 39, visual, white female. Scourge of the Shur on 20 worlds from Idaho to New Jersey. If our beloved staff head ever wore all her hard-won metalwear, she'd need anti-grabs just to keep her upright. Joined Elite after making Marshal following 15 years of frontline service. Served in every war zone going, and survived everything the Shur could throw at her. Now she's throwing you back at them, soldier. Be worth it now, you hear? Giselle Denny, age 25, visual, black female. She rose out of the slums of Paris too, climbed through the ranks in stellar infantry, and things are still looking up for fantastic gymnast Giselle Denny, who has received 0 demerits since starting academy. She's out to go far, far out. Adam Shade, also known as Shadow, age 30, visual, white male. You saw him shot down in flames just this very afternoon, but this shade ain't no shadow of his former self. Of course, that's not so hard when you consider he started active service as a royal escort back on dear old Mama Earth, before going to war in US Pan-Galactic, went elite after 10 months in Medicare, but needs serious merits now if he wants to make the grade. Have a good war, soldier! Stace Lindy, age 28, visual, white female. From humble beginnings serving in Little Europe with the Lux dirigibles, the so-called Pauper Fleet, Lindy rose out of troubled waters thanks to a scholarship to the Zero Gs. After 5 years combat in low-grav environments, Lindy traded walking on air for dry land when she won an unheard-of second scholarship to go to elite. E.G. Shell, age 33, visual, Oriental male. Shell joins Academy Elite as Marshal Horn's adjutant and science officer on personnel exchange from the Japanese belt, where his exploits have been deemed classified. Spooky. Dax Rober, age 28, visual, black male. The big bruiser with the baby face. Robe's had a good semester, scoring highest KD kill rate over 5 simulations. Just hope he doesn't give you the evil eye. Rober was top marksman with the Volunteers, out in Hunan and the Commonwealth, and he's been itching for the live ammo. Shoot to kill now, big guy, you hear? Mel Nada, also known as Frog, age 27, visual, white female. The lovely Frog never got the breaks in life, excepting the one that broke her face. She's still proved herself a super soldier this semester, building on that scary reputation she got fighting in the second wave Argentine skirmishes, and through the Buenos Aires pacification programs of 87 to 88. She's gonna croak some sure, that's for sure. Mercy! Dav Joikes, age 32, visual, white male. Joining ATE following a 2-year stint with the notorious SMC Incendiary Division, African Frontier, Joikes sure must like it when the heat is on. After singeing his fingers over third and final Academy caution for misconduct, he's gained a blistering 5 merits in the last 3 simulations. Way to go, Joikes, but don't burn up now, you hear? Ralph Tovell, age 30, visual, white male. Highest ranking hero of the Dawn Bridge simulation with 15 merits. About Tovell they say, there ain't a ship in the sky he can't fix and fly. Come a long way from his days stretcher bearing with the Volunteers out in the Commonwealth belt. It sure stretches he's going to be filling up come graduation day. Go Tovell! Joseph Creben, age 23, visual, white male. Creben's not your average Joe. Acing the brain cases in intelligence, he's been put on fast flight to join the big guns in Pent Central. If he can get through elite without that big head getting blown off, that is.